afternoon, coolest coast. It is time for Coffee on the Coast. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee on the Coast. Thank you to C. Hafer News for sponsoring this episode. I'm your host today, Tina Prigge. I'd like to welcome back to the show Sharon, Verbeten, and Meredith Gadzinski of Manitowoc Public Library. Ladies, you can see I'm so excited about our topic today. I've been a participant for the last couple of years, and I think I'm already pre-registered for this year. We are talking about summer reading program starting June 12th. Pre-registration is already open. Okay, what do we want people to know?
Take it away, Meredith.
Okay. So basically, the program runs from June 12th to August 12th. After 30 days of reading, you complete the program. So our goal with summer reading is basically to encourage a habit of reading, because that is extremely good for everyone's brains and everyone's bodies. There are many health benefits to reading, as well as it prevents summer slide for kids. So that is kind of our overarching goal for summer reading. And what's great about this summer is every 5 days read, you get a prize.
So you get prizes just for reading.
Yep.
That is
even though
awesome.
Reading is a prize in itself.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It is. I know, I pulled that one out. But yes, but you do get prizes for reading, and it's for all ages. So we have an adult, a teen, and a children's program this year.
And this is for anything that a person might be reading, whether it's a novel, whether it's nonfiction, whether it is a graphic novel, whether it's a recipe book, right? All of those things count as reading.
Yep. Yeah,
and audiobooks as well.
Yeah.
So if you're reading on your Kindle, reading on your digital device, download an audiobook from the Libby app. So yes, listening to books counts as well. And I get a lot of questions in the children's department. Well, what about my baby, my toddler can't read yet? Well, reading to that child is literacy. So you can enroll your toddler in the summer reading program, read to them. You're reading to them anyway.
Right.
So why not earn some prizes and just participate as a family?
So in that scenario, the person that's doing the reading, that also counts for their reading, right?
Yes, Tina, you read my mind. I was going to say that. Parents sign up, because reading with your kids counts as you're reading as well. Mm-hmm. We do try to make it easy for families who are very busy.
And like Meredith was saying, there is so much value to reading. I don't know if you know offhand, I've heard the stats before, but that summer slide is real. And when people have that reading habit, that can really, help mitigate that when the students go back to school, right?
Yep, it does. I don't have the exact stats in front of me, but we did a study in 2019, and the kids who participated in summer reading, their test scores went up, I want to say 12%, but don't quote me on that. And the kids who didn't participate in summer reading, their test scores went down 8%. So it does have a direct impact on your child's schooling. And for adults, reading lowers blood pressure. It helps you sleep better. It is healthy to escape into a book for an hour or two, not forever. But it is very healthy I know, Tina, but it's very healthy to take a break from reality and normal life stress and just read. And it does wonderful things for your brain, like for older adults who are struggling with memory issues. It helps with that. Reading benefits everyone.
I love it. And Sharon, like you were saying too, with the early literacy, even when the toddler or baby themselves can't read, it is so important to be hearing that language and to understand how books even work in the beginning, right?
So I'm glad you brought up early literacy. I mean, it really is not just about books, but reading and talking and singing are very important to early literacy. And these are all things that you can work into your summer reading program. I actually did have a little girl at the desk today sign up for summer reading, and her little sister was with her, who was maybe 2 or 3, and she couldn't read yet. And she's like, well, my sister doesn't read, but she sings. And so I thought, she is expressing herself in a certain way. She probably sings with the little girl. And so, I mean, it really is about fostering that love of family, the love of connection. And again, like Meredith said, reading to your child has benefits for all ages.
I love it. So, okay, let's tell people the details. So, pre-registration already opened, so you can sign up now by going into the library, by using the Beanstack app, and the actual summer reading program is June 12th through August 12th. It is free. It is for all ages. There are weekly prizes. So, Meredith, you mentioned it was like 30 days of reading.
Yes. So to complete the program, so for those of you who don't want to use the Beanstack app, we do have paper trackers. Either way, you need to be registered in Beanstack. You can do that yourself, or you can come to any service desk at the library and register for summer reading with the staff. And then you can say, I don't want to use the Beanstack app, and we will give you a paper tracker. And Sharon is showing what the paper trackers look like. The blue paper tracker with the blue line, that's for kids. Teen has a red line and adults have an orange line. But other than that, they're pretty much the same because we try to structure everything similar. So everyone is doing similar things all summer. So once you complete crossing off all the little cute summer figures on the paper tracker. Sorry, I'm like looking like I can't see, even though I know what it looks like. And you bring it in, and for kids and teens, they'll get a certificate of completion. And for adults, once you complete the program, they'll be entered into a drawing to win $50 in chamber bucks. So there's a completion prize, like a raffle drawing as a completion prize. And that's aside from the prizes throughout the summer.
Cool. So I think previously it was you had to read a certain number of hours. So now I'm hearing it's not necessarily a certain number, but it's a certain number of days.
Yep. So
Okay.
it's a little bit each day. Parents, you know your kids. You know how much time they are actually able to spend concentrating on reading and sitting with you while they're read to. And we don't really... we really had no way of knowing whether that was actually happening anyway, but we also know, like, some kids, they can only sit for 5 minutes, and that's okay. So it's a little bit each day. For adults, we don't have a time limit as well. It's a little bit each day. So whether that's, I know we used to make people read for 30 minutes, adults, a day, or 30 minutes at a time to be able to log. And I know some people still do that because it's just habit now because they do it every year. But so it's just read every day or read a few times a week. And once you hit your first 5 days read or being read to, you get a prize.
Let's talk about the prizes. So how does the prize work? I know you've got a spin the wheel there in front of us, Meredith.
Yep. So at each desk, there will be a wheel with prizes. And Sharon, I'll let you talk about the kids' prizes. I'll talk about the adult ones. So we have categories. So we have gift cards. You can't really, it's all backwards on the screen, and we have home accessories, which we have chip clips again, and jar openers, and book bags, and things like that. And we have a treasure box, which has all sorts of fun things. We have skincare face masks in the treasure box. We had a donation of bath bombs, so we put that in there. Other things like playing cards and color changing stress balls, and things that we thought adults would enjoy. And the gift cards are from various businesses around town. So
yeah, we have those gift cards as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here's the list of businesses of gift cards that you could win. It's pretty long for the adult program. We have mini golf passes, Wrap It Up gift cards, Quick Trip gift cards, Hartman's Greenhouse gift cards, Cedar Crest, AMC gift cards, Chamber Bucks, Meyer, Festival. We have all sorts of gift cards. Retro on 8th, we have gift cards for that coffee shop as well.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah, so we have a nice variety of things that people can win.
Okay, and so every 5 days that somebody reads, they can come in for a prize. Mm-hmm. Sharon, what are some of the prizes that you've got over there?
Well, so probably the most important thing is for the first 5 days of reading, and then the fourth week of reading, the in all age groups, they're going to earn a free book. So age-appropriate book that they pick out from our shelf, and they get to take home. For the children's prizes, a little bit different. Children's and teens, we have the gift cards, we have the passes to local places. We have the books as well. But we also have a treasure box that has fun stuff like we have pencil cases. This is the bacon pencil case. Like, super fun. It's soft.
I'm hungry.
It doesn't smell like bacon, but so we had a lot of fun things like that. We also have arts and crafts is one of the spins on our wheel. So we have like these cute little art sets. We have colored pencils. We have fun erasers, Play-Doh, canvases. So kids can explore their creativity, which is another big aspect of writing and drawing is another aspect of early literacy. So that kind of all ties it together. So while there are some just silly fun prizes, there are things that can also help kids be inspired, create, and again, the gift cards and the passes to things like Farm Wisconsin and Maritime Museum, fun experiential things that the kids can do with their family.
That's awesome. That is great. Okay. And I think that we should, I'm going to put this graphic up because sponsors are really important to recognize for something like this, especially since it is encouraging the community to do something so valuable, not only individually, but, the more people read and experience, the better community members they are, in my opinion. My humble opinion. So Meredith, can you give us a spin? Can you show us how it works?
Yeah. So this is the adult wheel.
Fun.
Ooh, that would be a gift card.
Cool.
So this will be behind the main service desk, and adults they'll get. Yeah, if they're doing the paper tracker after 5 of the things are done, you come in and we'll get you your prize. Or if you're doing the Beanstack app, you'll get prompted when you come in to get a prize. And just to clarify one thing for adults, we don't have actual books that you would pick that are free for adults, but we do have the free book coupons, which you can purchase one of the books at our Friends of the Library sale, which I think will be this summer. We also have a book sale that happens all the time. So adults will get a free book coupon, not a book.
Oh, so the coupon, can that be used for the books that are always available as well as the book sale, or just the book sale?
The book sale that's happening all the time, or they can save it and use it at the big book sale. Awesome. Or there'll be more options, but that's what they would get. Yeah,
and viewers, just in case you don't know, Manitowoc Public Library has a section of books that are always available for purchase. I think a hardcover adult book is maybe $1. Other books are like 50 cents. I just got a great book there last week that I'm totally engrossed in. So, there's some great finds. Anyway, Tim Gadzinski has a question. He says, but what about edible insects? Can it really be a summer reading program without bugs to munch? So no bugs this year?
Well, we do have some that we've purchased that will probably be part of the teen prizes. So edible bugs are pricier than you might think. So we did purchase a small collection of edible crickets. They're not live, but I think they'll be going into our teen prize box.
Fear not, Tim. Bugs to munch are on the menu.
Maybe we'll order some more if they're going to be that popular. So.
They were a big hit last year, I think.
Yeah, I had Tim committed to eating a handful on air, and they were all gone, so we couldn't do it. That's how popular they were.
You can do that. I'm passing on that one.
I'll watch it, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
What if somebody wants to participate and wants to read, but doesn't know where to start, doesn't know how to find what they want to read?
Well, that's what library staff are here for. Whether you're an adult or a kid, we do what you're asking about, Tina. It's called Reader's Advisory. We do it all the time here, all the time. And we have staff who are readers who can recommend books based on your likes. So one of the first questions that we would ask is, what do you actually like to read? So that we can offer suggestions that you would like, not what I would like.
Yeah.
And we also have tools through our website that can suggest reading as well. So we have a thing called Next Reads, and you can sign up to get book lists through email. and you can choose your genre preferences. We have other tools like Novel List. That's a great reader's advisory tool. But for me, if people say they're not readers, it's because you haven't found what you like to read. It's not about not liking to read. It's you haven't found the right topic or subject that really gets you excited. So we just need to find the right subject and the right topic.
And I think that's such a great comment, Meredith, because I've been doing some visits to schools to talk about the summer reading program. And, I got a couple kids who are like, reading's boring. I don't like reading. And so I pretty much say that librarians have a superpower, and that superpower is to find the book that you will like. So, for example, there are a lot of kids wearing Minecraft or Pokemon shirts. Well, guess what? We have books about Minecraft and books about Pokemon and books about sports. And so chances are, if you're interested in something like that, we can find a book that's going to match your likes, even for those reluctant readers that we know are out there.
I love it. And I think one of the most important points you just made is, Sharon, that our librarians really are local superheroes, aren't you?
Well, we appreciate that. We certainly think so. I don't have my cape on today, but one thing I wanted to mention too, we didn't really talk about it, but I think it's important for listeners to know that you do not have to have a Manitowoc Public Library card to participate in the summer reading program. Of course, we would love everybody to get a card, but let's say for some reason you don't want a card, you just want to come in, do the program. That's absolutely fine too.
Or like if you're a grandparent and you have your grandkids, visiting for 2 months, they don't have to have cards. They can just come in and sign up at the desk. We'll give you paper trackers, and they can win prizes all summer as well. Or they can sign up for the time that they're here too. If it's, for extended a few weeks, it's something you can do. Plus we have wonderful programming this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Get us excited about that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Sharon, you go.
Well, I'm so excited because we're having a big kickoff June 13th and 14th. We are welcoming the Mo Willems characters, Elephant and Piggy. They will be here live in the flesh. And we'll be doing an ice cream story time with them and some other fun story times and crafts. In July, we are welcoming the alpacas from London Dairy Farm in Two Rivers. And our ever popular summer program happens every year, Touch the Trucks. Will also be happening July. Got to get my date right. Wednesday, July 12th. And where all the big trucks come and take over the parking lot across from the library, and the kids can climb on and just beep the horn and do everything but really drive them. So
I saw a cool picture of some kids. It was maybe 5 or so kids, and there was a really interesting background. And I was like, where are those kids standing? They were literally standing in the shovel of a huge truck. It was so huge. They were standing. I was like, wow, that is cool.
It's a very popular event. I have not yet been here for a summer, so I am super excited to see how it goes. I hear it brings, hundreds, if not 1,000 people for this event. It's really beloved, so I'm really excited to be part of it this year.
Cool. Okay, so if there's a story time, with any of these events that you mentioned, if something is being read or if, kids attend story time, does that also count towards the reading?
Of course. So, so if you, bring your child to story time and, I'm doing half-hour story time reading to them, I have read to your child for that day. So, of course, that counts as an event. Great question.
Awesome. Cool. Is there anything else people need to know? If they have trouble accessing the Beanstack app, is that something you can talk them through?
Yeah, we can help them with the Beanstack app. It's better for them to come in so we can show them either on their device or on our computer. And if there's anything overall, we can help you with Beanstack. Beanstack is pretty easy to use. It's a nice reading app. I know, like, my husband tracks his reading on Beanstack year round. Oh. He reads every single day, and that is because of summer reading 2 years ago. He reads his half an hour or longer every single day, and he tracks it in Beanstack.
Nice.
It becomes a habit. And I mean, I think, that's a great example of, some people just like to do that, and it's great for them not only to realize what they've read, like, oh, did I read that before? I'm keeping track of it. So becoming a habit, that's kind of what Meredith said at the beginning, is that, once you get into it, you're going to love it.
And there's some real value to that. I recently picked up a book because I loved how the cover looked, and I started reading it, and I realized I was predicting ahead what was going to happen. And then I realized this story is really familiar. And then I'm like, you know what? I already read this book. And had I been tracking it, I would have known that I'd already read it. So, Okay, so one other thing is that you mentioned the summer and all of the cool things happening in the summer. This is the summer reading program. The Manitowoc Public Library is located right downtown. So there's already so much cool stuff happening. It is a great place to be in the summer with the farmers market and the Badger Car Ferry and all of the shops. It's such a cool, I think, mix up and collaboration of everything happening.
Yes.
Right. Just, I've had a lot of people, walk over from the farmer's market with their coffee or their beverage, come on over, let the kids play, pick out some books, go have lunch down the road. It really is just, it's cooler by the lake, right?
Hey, Tim wants to know, Meredith,
Yes.
What about adults? Is there programming for adults in the summer reading program too?
Yes, we have, we'll be having, this year, the Brew and Bee is back. And that'll be at Petskull Brewery on July 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. And registration is required for that event. So you'll want to go and register for that through our calendar. We also have our Glowforge and 3D printing classes that are extremely popular. They sell it every time. We'll be offering those this summer. I'll be doing a couple walking tours, one in June and one in July. And those are registration required as well. And then also we're doing the Cats on Mats, which is extremely popular. It sells out in usually 30 minutes. So if you want to attend Cats on Mats, so what happens with that program is we have a local yoga instructor come in, and then the Lakeshore Humane Society brings cats that usually are available for adoption. Sometimes they're a little young for that. It's fun when they bring the kittens, but they're not always old enough for that. And then this year, and that's taking place on July 19th as well, but that will be at MPL. We're having cake afterwards in honor of our yoga instructor who does Cats on Mats. She used to originally do it at the Humane Society as a fundraiser. So that's kind of where it started. And then it migrated here where there was more space. And we partnered with the Lakeshore Humane Society to offer it. And she started it because she adopted this kitty from the Humane Society called Scooter. His name was Scooter. And he passed away a year ago. Aww. So in honor of Scooter, we're having cake after we do yoga. And we're also going to be doing a donation drive for the Lakeshore Humane Society during the months of June and July, in honor of Scooter, because he kind of inspired the whole idea of Cats on Mats. And Kate Casey is the yoga instructor. She also teaches at Waves Yoga Studio. So I'm trying to think what else is happening.
Well, the other thing I wanted to mention, Meredith, it kind of crosses children's and adults, is that on, I believe it's is it a Friday, June 8th?
There's a yoga.
The sign up, the summer reading sign up at Cedar Crest.
Yes. That is happening too.
Tell us more.
So last year we did that, and everyone who signed up got free ice cream, compliments of Cedar Crest. So Cedar Crest is a sponsor of this event. So the first 100 people to show up and sign up for summer reading gets free ice cream at Cedar Crest. And that takes place on June 8th. And I'm trying to think, I think it's from 12 to 2 is the time. I'm thinking off the top of my head. Yes. I should have.
Believe that's
12 to 2. And there'll be a tent out there with library staff. We can explain the whole program to you. And then you can go get some free ice cream from Cedar Crest.
What a win-win-win situation. Okay, so just a reminder, Summer reading program, Manitowoc Public Library. Pre-registration is open right now. You can either go to the library or do it yourself on the Beanstack app. The actual program runs June 12th through August 12th. It is free. It is for all ages. There are weekly prizes. There's no reason not to be reading, especially when you consider all of the benefits. Sharon, Meredith, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Viewers, I have to let these busy librarians get back to the important work that they're doing, but thank you for taking the time, you superheroes, to join us and talk about the cool stuff that's happening. We really appreciate it. All right, you've been watching Coffee on the Coast. We'll see you next time.